Y'all want to know what happened though? I freaking got my car keyed. Imagine getting your car keyed. What is up, you guys? It's me, Nubia, and on today's video, we will be doing my first year of college experience. So for the first part of this video, I will be talking about a few things that I learned in college, as far as friends go, things like that. And then towards the end of the video, I will give you guys a few of my experiences, overall, just a view of college itself. But if you are going into your first year of college and you genuinely want to know, like, what's the tea, keep watching. So before I do start this video, if you watch this video and you are from my college, literally, everybody's experience is different, okay? So just because this was my experience doesn't mean that it was everybody's experience, and I'm not going to argue in the comments. Okay. Boom. The first thing that I learned in college, and this is something that everybody's going to tell you, I'm going to say it again. Forget that 8 a.m. We're not registering for 8 a.m. I'm not the girl for that, and a lot of you guys were that girl in high school and middle school and blah, 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 and you were the early bird, you caught the worm. But I'm letting you know right now, if you're going to be playing with your mind like, oh, well, I'll get up at 7:45, you know, brush my teeth, wash my face, be done by 7:55, and then head on over to class, get there 8:01. Nah. You're going to be doing well in the beginning, because that was me. I was doing well with the 8 a.m. classes. I was getting it all in. I'm like, I'll wake up, you know, take a shower, lotion, do my edges before this 8 a.m. Even for other people, you're going to go to that 8 a.m. for like the first freaking month. And then it's going to become a matter of, oh, I went to sleep at 3 a.m. I gotta wake up for this 8 a.m. I'm not registering for another 8 a.m. It's not in my body. I'm not gonna do that. Roommates. Build a bond with your roommate. It doesn't matter if you and your roommate are like polar opposites. Always keep that level head, because it's the worst feeling walking into your room all the time and not even feeling comfortable to get on the phone, not even feeling comfortable to do what you usually do at your house. Like when you walk in with your roommate and y'all don't even greet each other. Like, yo, be open-minded when it comes to your roommate. Now, when it comes to dorms, I would say I'm going to cover a few things. First thing I want to cover is community style bathrooms. So everybody hears about the horror stories of community style bathrooms most of the times when they look at YouTube videos or they talk to friends. Go into your dorm setting with a clear head, because when you have worse expectations, your mind does too much. When I went into my freshman year, I really was expecting for people to not know how to take care of themselves and how to take care of their space. Now, did we run into problems where, you know, people didn't know how to be clean or people weren't raised right? Yes, but it was very, very rare that somebody would do something that was just totally disgusting. And if they did, quickly, you know, send a picture like, oh, y'all tripping, like, and send it in the group chat. Like, is everybody gonna have the perfect community style bathroom living style? No. Just go in with a clear head when it comes to community style bathrooms. Keeping the subject on dorms. Decorate your dorms. I'm gonna show y'all what my dorm looked like. This is what my dorm looked like right here. Now, it's giving very jail cell. It's giving very prison. It's giving very 20 years to life. Whenever I walked in, it was just like,
oh, shit. Here we go again.
Pick something to put in your room that'll separate you from the situation that you're in. Because although, yes, you're in college, it's fun, it's a new experience, there are going to be some times to where you want to be reminded of home. Lastly, when it comes to your dorm, don't bring the whole wardrobe. Don't bring the whole closet. My closet's a little too big to be trying to fit it in 2x4 and freaking 8 feet tall armoire. I'm not fitting all my clothes in a little armoire, and I'm not fitting all my shoes underneath my twin XL bed. A lot of people get to college, it's straight slides, it's straight freaking jeans, t-shirt, slides, t-shirt, leggings, slides, t-shirt, shorts, slides. If you go back home regularly, meaning like maybe once every month, once every 2 months, even once every 3 months, don't bring the whole wardrobe. Next, I want to go over schoolwork. So, when it comes to college, I can only speak from experience, so the advice I'm giving is really based on me, so if you can't relate, then I don't really want to hear it. But work first, play later. Work first, play later. Don't think about your friends. Unless y'all are like this, they're not going to do the work for you. Because once you get in the habit of having fun first and then kind of like BSing the work, your grades are going to reflect in the actions that you take. Or if you want to be the person that procrastinates or says, oh, I'll do it later, I want to go to this party, then your grades will look like, oh, she did it later, she went to the party. Just be weary. Okay? And also when it comes to schoolwork, you just realize it's not high school. Like, we're not in Kansas anymore. Like, the teachers aren't calling your parents because you missed second period. They're not going to tell you to come to class. They're not going to tell you make sure you study. Either you do it by choice or you learn from the fact that you didn't do it. Next, making friends. Making fiends, Vanessa's always making fiends while Charlotte makes friends. While Charlotte makes friends. While Charlotte makes friends. Join groups that you find common interest in. Go to school events, like school hosted events. I actually made most of my friends from joining this dance group. Trust me when I say I talk to nobody. I'm not gonna say I talk to nobody, but the amount of people I talked to was on the scale of like 1 to 2 people at the most. And then I joined the dance group, and all of a sudden, like, I was getting to know new people. Birds of a feather flock together. Whoever you're flocking towards, there's a reason why you're flocking towards them. Either you want to be like them or they're just like you. It's because the worst feeling is being in college and not feeling like you could talk to anybody about anything. I was more closed in, introverted, because I hated losing people. But the people that I did make friends with, we weren't always hanging out or whatever, but when I saw them, it was up. Next, and you just got into college, you know, there's a whole bunch of new people around you, you know, you might get little crushes here and there. Where people go wrong is thinking that this is forever. Niggas are not trying to settle down in college, and I'm letting y'all know that now. Don't tie yourself down to somebody. Don't attach yourself to somebody, because 9 times out of 10, the person that you're so in love with and you just feel like, oh gosh, this is gonna last forever and we're in college. As soon as Thanksgiving break hits and they gotta go back home, or as soon as Christmas break hits and they gotta go back home, they got somebody back at home. Most of the time, these people got somebody back at home. Most of the time, these people, I'm gonna say it again,
most of the time, people got somebody right back at home.
I'm not trying to make y'all paranoid or anything, but nobody's really in this bitch trying to get married the first year of college. Nobody's in this bitch trying to be committed the first year of college. If you're trying to be committed the first year of college, newsflash, wake up! It's not gonna happen. Like, it might happen, but most of the time it's not gonna happen. You're in college. Do what you want. Just don't get caught up. With all of this being said, even though I told you guys like some things to stay away from, some things, if you make a mistake, don't be hard on yourself. Because one, you get yourself in a situation and your actions reap consequences. That's just you reaping consequences. Like, no matter what, something could happen, something bad could happen afterwards, something good could come out of it, you know? Charge it to the game and call it a day. And don't compare yourself to other people, because your path is your path. And then last but not least, what I learned in college is whatever you want it to be. So if you want college to be fun, you're gonna make college fun. however fun is to you. If you want to have your guard up and you're scared of everybody, that's how your college experience is gonna be. You're gonna be, you know, like ready to box if need to. And even though somebody told me that before I went into college, I didn't listen. I was like, no, college is gonna be whatever the heck it needs to be for me. However you want your college to play out is how it's gonna play out. Unless something happens that is out of your control or whatever, well, it's all up to you and what you decide to do. Now that we got the nitty-gritty out the way and I told y'all what I learned and I told you guys what you need to like look at and pay attention to in college, let's talk about my experiences. Man, when I was going to college, bro, I was thinking, bro, what's the worst that could happen? Really? That is literally what I thought when I was going to college. I'm like, what's the worst that could happen? You know, just stay studying, you know, don't make too many friends. Before I got to college, around, I think it was like around the time where you needed to apply for housing or whatever. So people started posting about, oh, this is me. If you go to VSU, like this post. If you go this, so boom, let me tell you what happened. So that's how I met my college bestie, through Twitter. We were real cool. Then, if you went to college with me, you already know who I'm talking about because that's the only person you really saw me around with. I was sitting in orientation and I was just sitting down, and then all of a sudden, he walks across me and just sits down next to me. Like, it was good vibes from the beginning. Like, that was the first person I met, and that was really like the only person that I was really close friends with. As soon as we moved in, it was like, where are we about to go? It didn't matter if we didn't have anywhere to go. We just found somewhere to go. We would go to freaking Bell's Outlet in this bit, like, and buy stuff. That's why I say, like, make a friend. And he would try to help me make friends and stuff like that, but I don't follow through with anybody I didn't follow through with anybody who was trying to help me be friends with. Originally going into college, me and my roommate weren't really close at all. I don't got nothing to say about my roommate though. She was cool and all, but I didn't feel comfortable being in the room with her. Like, I didn't feel comfortable listening to music out loud. I didn't feel comfortable in my dorm room, period. And I'm not gonna say like, oh, she's to blame for it or whatever, but like, we weren't really that close. When I went into college, I was in a relationship. I'm telling y'all stuff that I used to cap about. It was a long distance relationship anyways. So it wasn't like before I went to college, we were still kicking it, linking all the time. No, I don't know. Personally, I wouldn't go into a relationship. I wouldn't be in a relationship going into college. Or I wouldn't make any promises either. I'm not gonna say I don't keep promises, but I don't make promises because most of the time I can't keep them. All of a sudden, things are gonna start looking different. You're gonna start getting busy with school. That was the issue too. It wasn't just other people. It was a matter of like, oh, I gotta study, I gotta do this. And he was getting in the way of that. You know, I gotta study, I gotta do this, I gotta do my homework.
Oh, why can't you sit on FaceTime while you do homework?
Because I can't sit on FaceTime while I'm doing my fucking homework. Like, don't play with me. If it's a matter of trust, and he or she feels like, okay, you're going to college, like, I feel like something's gonna happen, like you're gonna do something. Break up. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but I don't really care, so I'm just gonna say it. That relationship ended up ending when I was in college just because I wanted it to end. So this is really bad. Now I'm in college in a new zone, getting into a relationship with somebody. It was a distraction. The relationship was a distraction. Like, it was fun, you know, we had fun or whatever. Me and that person ended up not being together. No, we were together. Bruh, I don't want to lie to y'all, but I don't want to tell the truth at the same time. So maybe I should just not say anything. No, I'm gonna say it. The relationship, y'all don't even want to know how we got into the relationship. We got into the relationship one night, freaking sneaky link up, like, but we linked up. We went to Waffle House. That was the first time I ever went to Waffle House. We went to his dorm. I did his hair. I really was not even supposed to be hanging out with this dude. I really wasn't even supposed to be in his dorm because I was talking to somebody else before that. Then freaking did his hair, and from that point on, we were just like this. And the next day was a football game. And we went to the football game. It was beef at the football game because the guy that I was talking to before was like, oh, so you're talking to her now, and I was talking to her. I'm like, bruh, like, we were not in a relationship. Like, don't play with me. Like, it was no amount of claiming. Like, both of us kind of had to get our act together. Like, we had to mature ourselves. And, like, even after the relationship and stuff like that, we're still cool to
this day.
I didn't hang out with people. I didn't want to hang out with people. I didn't go to parties because me and my college bestie, we were not going to parties. We didn't want to go to parties. Y'all could have had those parties. What we did was we kicked back and we just chilled. I actually do regret not going to parties because even though I wasn't a party girl, I think that going to parties would have helped me make more friends. Towards the end of the year though, as soon as I started making friends, coronavirus, left for school. Y'all want to know what happened though? I freaking got my car keyed. Imagine getting your car keyed and you don't bother anybody. Parked my car on the 4th floor. I left the parking garage and I bumped into somebody. Not that I was beefing with, that was weird. I was avoiding him at all costs because he would say things about my body. And I walked past him, right? Because I just parked my car on the 4th floor. I'm walking back to my dorm. I walked past him and it was bad energy. It was bad energy. I'm not gonna be friendly to you after you disrespected me. So he was just like, oh, you don't talk to me anymore. I'm like, yeah, because you're kind of weird. And then he was like, oh, well, I'm sorry. Like, apologize, right? Why? I go to my car, not even 24 hours later, and somebody carved F-U on the side of my car. That was strike out for me. And I was thinking, I'm like, who would want to key my car? What have I done to somebody that will make them see my car, right? Because I had a big, huge 7-seater. Not only did they key my car, y'all, they emptied my tires. Well, one, they sat there, right? Unscrewed the thing, unscrewed the little thing on the tires, and just let my tire empty. And the person at the car shop was like, nah, they just emptied out the air in your tire. I'm like, oh, so they had time. Oh, and guess what? I'm pretty sure I know exactly who did it, right? And one thing about my school is if you're not smoking weed, then they don't really care if you're getting harmed. And with that being said, were weird. Like, let me tell y'all, this one dude walked up to me at night talking about some,
I followed you on Instagram. Will you follow me back?
in the dark. I'm headed to the student union, walking underneath this bridge, and this dude comes out from the side on the grass, y'all, not on the sidewalk, on the grass, running up on me from the side. Bruh, do you want to know? I don't know if this person will ever watch this video, but I want to let you know that day I almost cut you. Heck no. Heck no. That wasn't even the first time he snuck up on me too. I'm walking to class one day, like maybe 2 months later, he's talking about,
it's funny I keep seeing you around.
no, you don't keep seeing me around. You don't keep seeing me around, brother. Once I started making friends towards the end of the year because I got up off my butt and got up at my dorm and was like, okay, I'm done not being friends with anybody. And I just sat in my lobby and people just came up to me and were talking to me. And overall, I think although there were bad experiences, I don't blame the school at all. It was given 60-40. 60% bad, 40% good. But that was pretty much my college experience. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you picked up on some things that I learned my first year of college. I know it wasn't about choosing your classes or freaking what you should pack or all that stuff, but this is really just my mental experience. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to turn on your notifs. And comment. I will see you guys on next week's video. Bye.
Period. 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 Period.